right, everybody. I am so excited about today's guest. We're here at Shortways, right on Golfer Road, and I just realized they are next year, 2023. They are going to be 90 years old.
Yeah. You talk about an aged steak. You know, keep that in the fridge.
They have a 90-year-old aged steak.
Yeah,
They do have a great steak sandwich.
Oh, no.
Here.
And you know what? Because I am a former Hawthorne resident, I think they have one of the best burgers that I've ever had. You know,
and last year, and most people didn't know this, last year we did our first annual March Pizza Madness. So we reached out to the people in the community and said, vote for your best favorite pizza. Right. We had the brackets and everything, and Shortways ended up winning.
Really?
Yeah, they won for best pizza. They have an amazing. They do it in a cast iron skillet, a deep dish, not real deep dish like Chicago style, but just like a thick crust cast iron pizza.
And it's almost lunchtime.
I know. My mouth is starting to water. A little spittle on the side. But let me introduce my guest. So this is Bob Kosch. Bob Kosch, former Hawthorne resident, class of
1975.
Class of 19. He doesn't look a day over 40.
I like him better than I did 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
So class of 75. He's a radio personality on WOR. He has iHeart radio program called Sunday Supper with Vito that we're going to get into. He does another program called Counter Intelligence. He does so much. So you graduated class of 75.
1975, me and Ben Franklin.
And, we're talking 1875.
Yeah,
right?
You know, the whole thing with the kite. I told him.
You were here at the grand opening.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I knew Grandpa Shortway.
So did you get right into radio and television, all that stuff?
No. I actually, when I graduated high school, I got into sales, which I enjoyed. And
how did you get into sales?
My dad was a salesman. He sold appliances for a company, and I started selling cars.
Major appliances?
Yeah. The Gen Air line. I don't think they make those anymore.
Yeah,
but it was, and he always said, you know, it was a good living. You get out what you put into it. So I started working for Lincoln Mercury. Fortunately, as the first gas crunch passed. Yeah, because
that one in the 70s, the big one?
I hate to admit this, but in 1973, I got my driver's license. Gas was 42 cents. Not now.
Now it goes up in 42-cent increments.
Exactly.
On a weekly basis.
Exactly. You know,
wow.
but I was offered a job with Lincoln Mercury, and I did very well with that. And you know, as time went on, you know, your life takes you in very different paths. You know, peaks and valleys. And I got into radio. I was a call-in character named Vito the Guido on.
Typecasting?
Yeah, of course. My inner roots. Grandpa's from Sicily. So it's like I got
is
a
your
license.
grandfather from Sicily?
Yeah,
what part of Sicily? Do you know?
Yeah, the part by the ocean. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but
Never been?
I would like to go.
It is. It's to me. It's one of the secret vacation spots because nobody ever says where you're going on vacation. Oh, I'm going to Sicily.
Yeah.
You know, they go because they have family. But
I'm going to Montclair.
Gorgeous. Yeah, right. The Jersey Shore.
Right. So I always listened to G-Rock radio.
What was G-Rock?
G-Rock was down in...
That was before K-Rock, right?
No. This was a station down in mid-Jersey. And they were alternative rock. I love music, all kinds of music. And the DJ that started at 4 in the afternoon was Matt Knight. And he was a little bit of a wise guy. So I called in one day as Vito.
No.
Yeah. And I wanted to know who Matisyahu was. You know, is he a Presbyterian? He's a Hasidic. He was a Hasidic rapper, and it's just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Matisyahu.
But we got into it back and forth, and he said, "Call me back tomorrow." Okay, and we just.
You hit it off.
Spontaneously, we just back and forth with, you know, topics of the day, things, just funny stuff.
Yeah.
And I did that for 2 years. Then I got my own show on CBS Radio, in the mornings. It was a blend of comedy and music called Total Access Live Radio. And I had that going for a couple of years. And I was then...
So you had that. So how did that manifest itself? I mean, for anybody that's listening, anybody that's watching, it started with a phone call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Life is goofy.
Yeah.
You know, you try putting the square peg in the round hole, and all of a sudden something just happens, and boom,
Yeah.
you're on.
But
you're
you
on
did
your way.
something that you love to do. Like,
Yeah.
I could tell you're into characters, and
You know
it's
what?
a passion.
Laughing. There's no better. If you could get me on the line with Putin, I'll have him out of Ukraine, and, with your mama jokes, something like that. But no, I think it's just so important to laugh, to find humor. And then I was approached by Lawrence Richards, who wrote a script called When Comedy Went to School. It's all about where stand-up comedy was born in the Catskill Mountains. And
We're going to promote it right now. Look at that.
yeah, we had a
Hold it right
nice
up there.
little theater run in 2013, and PBS Public Broadcasting Service just picked it up in April.
Yeah, we help
And
promote it here.
it's on 221 stations across the country.
Awesome.
It's just a great film. It really details the history of the Catskill Mountains, how the Jews in the New York tri-state area were not welcome at clubs or organizations, so they went up to Catskills and they just made this giant entity for their own to come up and visit, and that's really where stand-up comedy really got its bones.
It was the birth of it.
Yep, and it's it's a great
They didn't
film.
even call it stand-up comedy at that time.
Right.
I mean, it was just you're just up there, and a lot of it. There were a lot of bits, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because
Because it kind of came out of radio, like Burns and Allen and Abbott and Costello. And,
sure. Well, we've got Sid Caesar in it. Robert Klein narrates it. I had him on my morning show last year. Great guy, just still funny as all get out.
Yeah.
And got Jerry Stiller, Alan King, Jerry
Lewis.
Lewis.
They were the kings. They were the
They
kings of
all
comedy.
were at the Catskills when all this, the petri dish of laughter was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to be a part of that.
So how can people see this? Are they able to see it?
Oh, absolutely. You can go to pbs.org, and we are, it's streaming, it's free, you can watch it anytime.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or you can check your local listings. We're on WNET, which is Channel 13 here.
Yeah.
WLIW on Long Island. So it's, it's out there.
So anybody that's, because we, believe it or not, we've got our Towncast hits. We've been in 32 different countries.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and it's crazy. I know we have a lot of friends that listen in Italy and Denmark and in France and just all over. So they can go to pbs.org.
Yeah.
And
Go to the
let me
website.
tell you something. If you want to understand where comedy started, right here. And I know a lot of you guys are old enough to appreciate Ben Stiller, Robert Klein.
Yeah.
Most of the guys in it. I loved Jackie Mason.
Right
Saw
in.
him twice.
Right
on
in, we'll
Broadway.
get you a bowl of chicken soup. I don't know how well it would travel if you got people in there. But I have a deep appreciation for the Towncast and what you do. Because it is, Jesse Jackson said, it takes a village.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Hawthorne was a great place to grow up.
Yeah.
I still have family in this town. It's just, it's a place where a family can find itself, where send the kids off to college, where are they going, this, that.
And everybody looks out for one another.
Yeah.
Which is, awesome. Whenever I see the on the Facebook community pages and how, I mean, there are people that, as difficult it is to swallow your pride when you're hurting and you need help, to reach out and say, I need some help.
Oh.
And just to see the entire community just rally around and do everything they can.
Yeah.
I love that's what small towns are about.
No, it's and people can bash Jersey all day, but it's a great place to be.
I live here than anywhere else.
It really is.
And we got the Jersey Shore.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, we do.
All right, so you got involved in this. You got involved in. I mean, you didn't expect ever when you were selling cars that you would get into
No.
the entertainment industry.
Not at all.
It wasn't even a thought.
Not at all. Not at all.
And you let things happen. You just let things happen organically.
It's important, as you get older, you find out that letting things play out,
Right.
and not once again the square peg round hole
Yeah.
theory. It's just better to sit back and see where life is going to take you. And fortunately, with the radio show on WOR 6 p.m. on Sunday evenings, it's a comedy show, but there is a food element involved.
Yeah, I love that. I love that hybrid.
Yeah, and once we highlight a dish, people are listening and hopefully laughing. And after the 30-minute radio show, we bring you the video component, which is called Counter Intelligence. That has nothing to do with spying, but everything you can make on the kitchen counter.
That's great.
So, we had a local resident and our friend, psychic medium Denise Marie on, and I made shrimp scampi with her at her house, and she talked about the other side, and it's just really been a great experience. And it's like I said, we're our numbers are strong. People are really liking this, and
So you started on WOR, and now it's on iHeart Radio.
well, it's actually WOR. They picked it up, but they are part of the iHeart Media Group. So,
okay.
But now I found that we're on iHeart Radio, Spotify, Google Play, Spreaker. I'm on like 30 different podcast platforms, so it's getting around. It's getting some mileage.
So
out there.
what gave you the idea of Sunday Supper with Vito?
I love to cook. I love to eat. This bouncing few hundred pounds that I have here, and I don't think there's anything better as far as relating to anything when you can sit down and share a meal with someone and have some laughs with it.
Absolutely.
You know what? You can work out just about anything.
Well, and anytime you have friends over the house, where does everybody end up hanging out? It was in the kitchen, right?
Well, they made me sit outside a lot.
Leave some for the rest of us.
That's not
will you?
provolone cheese. Haven't bathed since October. Yeah, so no, it's you're absolutely right. I mean, that's what any time you have a meal, you end up gravitating to the kitchen, and it's just like I said, what we're doing now, frankly, is going to revolutionize the food entertainment industry. There's a lot coming up.
Really? Is there anything you could share?
We're getting ready to launch a television series.
Really?
Yeah. And it is based on Sunday Supper with Vito. It will be called Great Balls of Fire, which is the meatball restaurant that Vito and his family owns in Newark, New Jersey. It's I'm telling you, it's going to be a blast.
Now you watch. It's going to end up being a franchise, all right? Make sure you get the rights to Great Balls of Fire. Make sure you secure that name.
Did that a few months ago.
There you go. Good.
Yep.
All right. So if anybody wants to hear Sunday Supper with Vito, how can they hear it?
You can go to sundaysupperwithvito.com or go to our YouTube channel, which is Sunday Supper with Vito, or go to the iHeart Radio app, Sunday Supper with Vito, punch in Counter Intelligence. We're all over the place.
Nice.
So, and then, like I said, if you're in the New York tri-state area, we broadcast from WOR 7:10 a.m. every Sunday night at 6 p.m. So you can have Sunday Supper with Vito. We also broadcast up in the New England states on WHME in New Hampshire.
Hey, you guys up in New England, I know a bunch of you listen to this, so WHME,
Yep.
in New England, same time?
Yeah.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Sunday nights.
Yes, sir.
Sunday Supper with Vito. So, I mean, again, what I love is that none of this was planned.
No.
You didn't put up any roadblocks. And I think oftentimes, I know I'm guilty of it, opportunities come up and you put up a roadblock for yourself. It's like, no, not that, no. And these opportunities that present themselves, you let them go.
You know what? Sometimes, you'll think it sounds hokey or something, but if you follow your dreams, and once again, it's not like what we're putting out there is just a short little TikTok video or something like that. This is a show. It's a funny show, and it's something that I really wanted to do for a long time, and it was my sister Karen who said, you should develop that Vito.
Really?
Yeah, because I did a
little
commercial.
bit for family?
Well, here, no. I was on WRXP, which is 101.9.
Okay.
With Matt Pinfield, and it was just a great situation. And they called me prior to St. Patty's Day in 2011, and they said, Jameson Whiskey loves Vito, and they're taking us all to Ireland to the distillery.
What?
Can you do a video? Sure, I can do a video. Never did a video in my life. So, and I was on the radio. You got a face for radio. So I never dressed up in character. So I went to Walmart. I got some goofy pair of glasses, shoe polish in my hair, a shirt that you wouldn't even go bowling in. And then I had to prepare a recipe for barbecue sauce and include Jameson whiskey. I figured that's the easy. So I did a video that's up on YouTube. In fact, if you go to YouTube and put in Vito the Guido, I'm the first thing that comes up.
All right, so Vito the Guido.
Right.
So we're gonna post a picture of that on this episode.
And
Vito the Guido.
Yeah, so that's how it really all kicked off. I had done that video, 10 years ago. Meanwhile, they all went to Ireland.
They didn't bring you?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
What video? I can come with you. I'll make it for you. What's the
Oh,
matter
are you
with you?
kidding? I would have made them corned beef and cabbage
Exactly.
over there. I'm part
There you
Irish,
go.
I know. So that's really how it just kept building. And fortunately, I'm at the point where I am now. And like I said, we're going to broadcast 7 television episodes. And believe me when I tell you, folks, you're gonna laugh your butt off.
Really, I can't wait.
It's gonna be some really good
Now,
stuff.
do you know when it's due to come out? Or?
It should be. It's slated for the second week in September. I'll find more out about an actual date by the 27th of June.
27th of June. Okay.
Which is a week from Monday.
Yeah, so this may come out because the 27th of June we're doing Jaws. We're screening Jaws at the Hawthorne Theater for free. We're opening it up to the community. It's tough times, and just to be able to offer people the chance to bring the whole family. Bring the whole family out. Yeah. Watch Jaws before the 4th of July, before you go down
before
the
you go in the
beach.
water. Yep.
So this may be coming out that same day. I'm going to see. I'm going to try.
And your kayak could be a snack.
All right, so June 27th, you're going to know, and you're going to let us know.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we'll definitely let everybody else know.
Sure.
All right, so you've got that. So we're going to promote everything. So we've got When Comedy Went to School. Go to pbs.org and look up When Comedy Went to School, so you'll be able to check that out. Or just check your local listings. Wherever you are across the country, check pbs.org or check PBS station, see when they're going to air, and you can watch it on the big screen, on your TV. And then we've got Sunday Supper with Vito. You've got a lot going on.
Yeah, one or
I
two
appreciate
things.
you carving out a little bit of time.
Oh, come on. It's
3:00 in the morning here. That's why I was age. He's just getting in.
I just flew in from Japan, and are my arms tired? Like nobody ever heard that before.
It started in the Catskills.
Of course it did.
So you got SundaySupperWithVito.com. Counterintelligence. Is that counterintelligence.com? Or?
No, Counterintelligence all falls under Sunday Supper with Vito.
So they'll find it there. All right, so you'll hear the episodes.
Right.
You can hear it on iHeart. And make sure WOR AM here in the New York tri-state area or up in New England.
New England through the New Hampshire stations. WHME.
WHME up in New Hampshire. And check out Sunday Supper with Vito. And you'll be able to understand why it's slowly evolving into a show. I mean, I totally get it. I mean, it's a win-win.
Oh, it's going to be
and
a
I
blast.
could see because you're involving food and you're giving recipes.
Yeah.
As far as advertisers, I mean, it's just they're going to line up.
I actually have my own line of sauces on our e-commerce partner.
How do we get that?
Localway.io. They're very much like a DoorDash, a Grubhub,
Okay.
but they're a multi-platform, multi-level delivery service. So if you want bread from Glen Rock, you want meat from Montclair, and then yes.
Give them a plug.
Oh yeah, localway.io.
Local Way.
Yes.
Local Way. LOCALWAY.io.
Yep.
Okay.
Just a great company. And I have a line of marinara sauce, cocktail sauce, and ugly orange sauce.
What's ugly orange?
Ugly orange sauce. It was episode.
It was one of your episodes.
Yeah, the first one. Very friendly with a California farmer and veteran by the name of Ben Moore, who owns the Ugly Company. Ben went to serve in the U.S. Army. When he came back to farming, he saw they were getting rid of all of this perfectly good fruit with just a little blemish. Maybe it's a little misshapen,
Right.
And what he's doing is he's drying the fruit, and he sells it. Called the Ugly Company.
Wow.
So what I do, I developed an orange sauce, and I use his dried apricots in it.
Really?
You could put this stuff on an old shoe, and it would. I'm telling you, maybe a side of asparagus. You need your veggies.
Right.
Remember, you kids. So and that's I've had that up and running since we started the show.
So if someone goes on localway.io, they can order. Is it Sunday? What?
It's called Sunday Supper Sauces.
No.
Yeah.
Sunday supper.
Yeah.
Look at that Sunday supper sauces. I love it. I love you getting involved in so much stuff.
Yep.
That is awesome. Bob, I want to thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure.
I know I've enjoyed the episodes I've listened to. There's some familiar voices that you guys might hear.
One or two.
So check out Sunday Supper with Vito. Check out Counter Intelligence. Check out When Comedy Went to School, and learn about the birth of comedy. I really do believe that in order for you to appreciate, and especially if anybody wants to get into comedy, you need to understand the foundation.
Yeah. And this,
comedy.
right, this is the history. This really is the bones. And, keep tuning into the Towncast.
Thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate it.
Great being here, Flavio.
All right, make sure you catch up on all of Bob Kosch's stuff. Make sure you listen to him on the radio. And as soon as we get the announcement, we're going to share it with everybody about the new show coming up.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much, Bob.
You're welcome.
All right, be well, everybody.
Thanks.